Remember when it took 3 weeks of voting to get a new Speaker of the House after Kevin McCarthy got ousted? Well, history might be getting ready to repeat itself. Congresswoman Majorie Taylor Greene filed a motion last month to remove Mike Johnson as Speaker of the House, but hasn't said when she'll force it to the floor for a vote. Instead, the Georgia Republican is calling it a, quote, warning to Johnson after he worked with Democrats on a bill to prevent a government shutdown. Now Johnson is said to be at risk of losing the speakership if he brings a vote on aid to Ukraine to the floor. If this happens, it would be up to Democrats to decide if they want to save the Louisiana Republican and avoid a congressional standstill for the second time in 6 months. Back in October, when a small Republican minority led the charge in kicking Kevin McCarthy out of the speakership, they created a snowball effect that led to McCarthy, who is one of the top fundraisers in Congress, announcing that he's not running for re-election. So who knows what consequences another battle for the speakership might cause. But if Johnson does get removed, who would even want this job and why? Well, some obvious Republican choices might be some of the same names that came up the last time this happened, including Steve Scalise, Jim Jordan, and Tom Emmer. As for why they might want the job, well, Speaker of the House has a lot of power. They're second in line to the presidency behind the vice president. They control who gets assigned to the most powerful House committees, and they have a huge influence over which bills or resolutions even make it to the floor for a vote. But with great power comes great responsibility. The Speaker of the House is one of the most scrutinized jobs on Capitol Hill, and these days the scrutiny is coming from both sides of the aisle.